All right. And then again, 5,000 to the stat there as well. So Dabura, we're talking about, if we include the extra 2,000, a 13,063. Attack, we're talking about 16,678. Awesome. And for like 2,000 is a lot. It really isn't. If you equip that level 8 or 9 defensive on the gold or on the silver, or sorry, the bronze. Wow, I went through all of them before I got to the real one. And then you equip the gold defensive equipped, you're already there. It's really not hard to get to 2,000 extra defense at all. All right. So start a turn. If there's 4 or more Majin Buu Saga category allies, which is a lot, I will say that note is a ton, but luckily, or when all allies are extreme class characters. Now, the wording on that is a little strange. I wonder if that is referring to just the rotation. It doesn't say it. I wonder if that means rotation. It may not then. By the way, with these category conditions, I would imagine we're most likely going to see an MV and maybe even AGL Super Buu EZA, but we'll see. So 200% the stats, as long as you have intro up, which is 100% going to be important for this unit. That's a ton. And you get a 10% extra dodge, which I've already taken a look at this kit. That's going to be important down the road. 250% the stats once again, so you're at 500 starting right away with that boost. Effective against all types, which, by the way, for a regular DFE, that's incredible. I really can't believe they gave him that. 200% defense when receiving an attack, also pretty ludicrous. Already at 1.7 mil. For 4 turns from the character's entry turn, he also gets an additional 300% defense when receiving an attack. He's at 3 million defense, and we haven't even actually started really calcing this guy yet. For the first 6 turns, he has 40% dodge, and he launches an additional super. So right now, he has 70% dodge currently. After performing 3 or more super attacks in battle, you get a chance of evading enemy's attack 10% starting from the character's next attacking turn. So that goes up to 80%. And then for every attack receiver evaded, 111% up for each one, to up to 666. So if you just include that here. Oh my gosh. 55 mil supers? Okay. And we haven't even got to the actual calculating part. I'll explain it here in a second. Wow. Okay. Also, I realized because me and my chat were talking about his kit briefly, I realized we misinterpreted the after performing 3 or more attacks in battle. He doesn't have guaranteed dodge. I'll let them know. But, all right. Let's get to the super attack stuff. He also has a redirect, by the way, which is huge. So his super attack effect is raises defense by 66%. To my understanding, that is a stacking 66% defense every single super. To my understanding. I could be wrong, but that is to my understanding. So, super, then he launches an additional super, and then he has a great chance of launching an additional super, and then you have your hidden potential super. So, you can do 4 a turn. I'm actually going to calc it as we'll alternate. One turn you get it, one turn you don't. But the first turn, we're going to calc it as if he does get it 4 times, which I need to calculate that. I don't, so it's a little weird number there. It's probably not hard to calc. I just can't think of it on my head. 264. Oh, that's his damage. Hold up. I put it in the wrong one and say, holy crap, what? And that's his damage, which also gets increased. I'm sorry. Why does that say 12 mil? Why does that say 12 mil? This is his first turn. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh! He also has 5% damage reduction, by the way, because of that. Is that actually a stack? If that's a stack, this unit is absurdly broken. I know that, right, well, hold on. Let's calm the phone for a second, right? I know that after this turn, this goes away and this goes back down to 200, right? So this is, so the next turn we come back around, you're back down to 9 mil. But he also is dodging everything, so, wow. And then, okay, so let's do one more turn of stacking. We'll do it at 264 one more time. Oh my gosh. 726. He's at 13 mil, and then he loses his ability after that. Okay. So it doesn't drastically scale as much once you lose the other 300%. I see. It's still really good. He's basically unkillable for the first 2 turns in this fight. Like, even in dodge canceling fights, they can't touch this guy in the first 2 turns. And this is not, okay, and also remember, he has an active skill. Let's not forget this character does more. And this can be formed after performing 3 or more supers. This can be activated on turn 3. We haven't even damage calc yet, which if you thought the defense was crazy, let's get to the offense here in a second. But on the active turn, he gains 66% defense, and then of course he redirects. So he has 22 million defense. No big. Let's just go back a scenario real quickly though. Let's go back one scenario for a second. I want to see what this defense looks like on this turn. 30 million? 30? 30. Okay, sure. Sure. Okay. Okay. I'm actually in disbelief how strong this unit is. But this is the trap, right? And before we calculate his attack, this is the trap. They did this last year. SCR Cell kind of felt like this unit. Kid Goku kind of felt like this unit. Like, man, I don't know how they're gonna age this guy out, and they will. This Dabura looks really good, but don't get it twisted. They'll find a way to take care of him and bring him out back. But man, he looks really, and I mean really good. Like, this is he is restricted, right? He is restricted, but dude, he's so, like, dude, the kit they gave this guy is insane. Okay, so we're assuming we fully built up the attack stat, so we're gonna go ahead and fully assume we've done 6 supers at this point. We're gonna do the same strategy. We're gonna give him 4-3-4-3 because he has a 6-turn stack. You'll have to do it 4-3-4. So what we're gonna do is on the second turn, we'll give him 7 total. So we'll give him 350. And by the way, he's always super effective against all types. So you're actually doing 134 mil supers, but that's the number you're gonna see on your screen is the 89. And then you do one more turn of stacking, which is another 200, and then okay. So they decided, you know what if we just release a TUR, there's 100 mil supers and has 30 mil defense on turn 3. Yeah, and he dodges. Let's not forget that he dodges, guys. Like, let's not forget that. So okay, so let's look at the dodge picture really quickly for this guy before we head out here. His dodge is 10% permanently. He has 20% built in, so he has 30% at all times as long as the intro is up. For the first 6 turns, he has an extra 40% that goes up to 70. He gains another 10% dodge after doing 3 supers, starting from the next turn. So he goes up to 80% 10%. When he receives a super, he gains another 10%, only for the super going up to 90. So his defense accelerating does make sense, right? In the clear picture of things, it does make sense because you do need to be able to, once turn 6 passes, you don't have that really a dodge bailout anymore. You're like in the mini 4Q range where you have some dodge, but it's not necessarily reliable. And to be fair, yes, you do have the active skill turn, which will bring you up to 22 million defense. So you're going to be fine anyways. But yeah, this is an interesting, he's like very dodge heavy to start. And that becomes a defensive juggernaut with 5%. Like, hold on, can he should be able to eat Bio Broly at this point, right? Okay, so on his active turn, he eats Bio Broly. How far does this go? It's probably not too far, right? Yeah. Wow. On his active turn, he can tank about... Wow. Wow. This unit is real. And also, hold up. And let's not forget, 1, he has 50% dodge against the super, and 2, he has a great chance of countering any unarmed super attack. Sure. Oh, and also he starts, I forgot about this. He also interrupts the attacked enemy on turn 6 moving forward. So he's guaranteed to break 1 attack every... I hate calcing. I hate calcing. Because now I'm sitting here like, dude, this guy is busted. Like, absurdly busted. I'm sitting here like, I'm not summoning for this guy? But if I summon for him, I'm not going to use him. I don't know. Like, and there's this weird part of me that, like, yes, this guy is going to be stupid busted. I don't know. I'm like debating with myself. I need to get him or not. He looks really good. He looks very, very strong. I will tell you that much. He is a very strong lad. His art sucks, by the way. I will say that. His art is awful. I don't know what they did with his art, but who cares when your kit's this good, I guess, right? Like, holy crap. And that's also, again, also remember, his active skill is not even a buff thing. It's just him attacking someone and getting defense. This is like an LR worthy kit, and they gave it to a TR. I also forgot to add Yakon's active skill on. I don't think it would have changed that much. He would have been able to tank normals on that turn. He heals on that turn, and he debuffs. This is a crazy part about Yakon's active. If the boss can be debuffed, they can debuff their stats by 40% for 4 turns. That's really strong. So if you want to know my opinion, he's the #1 TUR. He might gap every TUR we have right now. Yeah. that's my thoughts on Dabura. He's pretty good. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I actually cannot believe how good he is. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.